Castles in the sky, take a bow, my friend. And welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons. If you're still enjoying the series, drop a like. That would be most delightful. Before we get into anything else, though, I wanted to thank new patrons. This week it is Jacob Gardotsky or Gardocky. I do apologise if I've mispronounced your name there, but thank you so much for the new patrons, and thank you to everybody over there. As always, you make my day. I thought today we'd start on the page of Steph KASSELS because the guy is just ridiculous. I know there was some of you clamouring for us to potentially try and sign him permanently next summer. That will be a very difficult endeavour. As you can see from the cons there, he would probably cost us well over £100 million. Now, what I would say is if he has the season that I sense he could do, I would be more than happy to basically blow our entire transfer budget to bring him in permanently. Should the opportunity not to loan him again have come up, because you never know with teams. Sometimes they will just let you loan a player again. So I will obviously be trying to get him on loan for another season as soon as I physically can. And I'll tell you what, if Southampton agree to loan him to me again, then they are the dumbest people I've ever seen. Well, no, that's Matteo Debucci. Just second behind him signing Milosevic off of us. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But he's had a great year so far. 8 goals and 10 assists in 15 starts. It's a bit ridiculous from Mr. KASSELS here. And in other news, he's also started his own sort of aerial adventure company. Because, he's got tons of time on his hands at the moment. You can do all sorts. You can do paragliding, you can do bungee jumping, bit of skydiving. Called the company's Castles in the Sky, because of course he has. First up, we hosted Cagliari. Just 4 minutes in, Troy Gregory's ball was whipped into the back of the net in the end by Roman Believ, because of course it was. And then after just 8 minutes, this is such a strange one. Like, a ball was put across by Di Giacomo, and Overmars just gets the tiniest touch to nick it into the back of the net for 2-0 to us. All looking very good. Until the 76th minute, when Cagliari scored their only shot of the match. Only shot of the match. It's just like, come on now, please. Can we just not? Also, Nocelli used to play for us. But then in the 84th minute, a lovely little ball into Siggy from KASSELS, knocks it around the side. Who would be there? But of course, Overmars. 3-1 Sass. Just look at this. It's one shot. I don't think there's anything Speecher could do. He's unsighted. It's just amazing. It's like, God, imagine if we scored every shot. But still, another brace for Timon Overmars. Just what a man. Then secondly, we went away to Hellas Verona. KASSELS and Eklu just sort of playing with them on the edge of the box here. KASSELS' shot is very weakly parried back into the path of, well, you know who else but Timon Overmars in the 54th minute to give us the lead after a bit of a struggly first half. But once those changes, I made a few substitutions at this point. It just kind of blew up after that one. Overmars knocks it to Jan Brunner, who delivers a really interesting left-footed strike into the bottom corner to make it 2-0. Assist as well for Overmars on the night, which is what you love to see. And then Siggy Johnson delivers a nice little pass into the channel for Overmars in the 65th minute. His cross takes a slight deflection. KASSELS is on the end of it, and it was 3-0. They just keep going. Just brilliance. Those substitutions towards the start of the second half, and I got Gregory off for Augusto Rivas and made a few switches around. It really made a huge difference to us. We were fantastic after that. Overmars now on to 21 goals for the season, but still only the 1 point clear of Juventus. And what I would say is that we've been exemplary this season. To have a plus 38 goal difference already is nuts. The fact that we've got a higher goal difference than our points tally is actually ridiculous. But what I'd say, again, is that Juventus, they're still having an absolutely ridiculous season. 11 wins in their first 13 games. Only 1 point behind us. The only thing they're doing that we're doing that they're not is we're just scoring a little bit more than they are, honestly. And that's the only difference. It really will come down to how we actually get on against Juventus. Can we finally beat Juventus? One of these days. It's right. Blind squirrel occasionally finds a bear shitting in the woods. I don't know. But as you can see there, Timon Overmars, 16 goals in the league. KASSELS with the top assist. But look at the average ratings. It's Brunner, KASSELS, Overmars. Bam, bam, bam. You love to see it. But what I was going to say about Overmars, these stats are actually ridiculous. And it makes me wonder if he's starting to remind me of a certain somebody, which some of you may remember from a previous iteration of Outcast or Icons. So in all competitions this season, he's played 16 times. He's only failed to score in 4 of those 16 games. So 75% of the games he plays in, he scores. And in those in those 12 games that he has managed to score in, he's netted 21 goals in the 12 games he's scored in this season. I got a news article saying Sassuolo's goal record set by Magnus Nissen a couple of years ago of 25 goals in a season being threatened. I'm like, it's November. What is going on? I'm starting to wonder if he's getting up there for me in terms of strikers, up there with the likes of potentially Norman Millington and Marcelo Di Placido numbers. Di Placido is the one I'm really interested in, particularly as it was Serie A as well. I genuinely think he could possibly hit 40 league goals this season. If he carries on at this sort of rate, he won't be far off of it. And in fact, if he carries on at this rate, he'll be well beyond it. But I think, injuries, whatnot. But I would, if he gets 30 this year, I'd be incredibly pleased with the guy. But I do wonder if he could just have one of those absolutely ludicrous seasons. And I mean, I said that he might get 35 in total this year, and I think we might be looking at more like 50 if he carries on like this. We have Champions League, where our sort of fortunes have been, our under-19 side lost 5-1 to City in the opening one of these games, but then we just beat them. So it's very strange. That was City's only win as well. Very, very odd. This is not going to be an easy game by any means. We've rotated a few players around for the Kievo game, so we should be able to bring in a few more of the sort of regular starters. Obviously, KASSELS will start this game. I took him off early in the last one to make sure we kept him fresh. Pavlich and Niewiadomski is not happening. Niewiadomski getting more and more game time, though, and it's actually putting up better numbers currently, average rating-wise, than Dinko Pavlich. That's something we need to pay attention to, because I am not opposed to starting Niewiadomski over him at some point if he starts to play better. I always felt like it was likely at some point that it would happen, but, I mean, I think that'll probably do for the bench. Rivas, Niewiadomski, Granados, Jansson, Bruna, Eklu, and Siggy Jansson. Bruna and Di Giacomo have been just... I love having both of them. It's so good to be able to rotate them in and out. Terrifying for everyone else, though. So City play their 4-4-2... Wait, did they play 4-4-2 last time? I can't even remember. This game could honestly... I just have no clue as to what could happen in this match. This could just as easily be another 5-2 to us, or we could get absolutely destroyed. It's so hard to say, but we're in about as good a form as a team can be in right now. As sad as it is to say, I honestly believe that our chances of winning this group really rested on us not dropping those points to Red Star in the last game. It's just, it's inexplicable, it's frustrating, but we have to just move on from that and try to... We know we're capable of enormous things. Look at the City result. It's just, we've got those bad ones in us, and it does come out from time to time. But yeah, I think we may end up having to settle for second in this group, but you never know. We pull off a miracle result in this game and things completely change our mood. And maybe Red Star could do us a favour in their end of the tie as well, because we do have to play Benfica at home, and I honestly think that we'll probably go into that Benfica at home game and probably sweep them aside extremely comfortably, because that's just how these things go. But I think a lot of my mood will heavily depend on how we do in this game. I mean, 18 minutes, nothing really of note to talk about, as that could have easily gone to someone. We've got plenty of players back, though, which is the key thing from these situations. So when he does lump this ball long, we'll have plenty of bodies in there, and oh no, Lancer! There was a chance to bring that out the air. I think he didn't realise how much space he had. City had pushed up really oddly there and left him a load of room and... Sorry? Come on. What? Come on, no, not this again. Pietrizza. Thank you, Dan. Doing his job there. And that's actually a really bad clearance as it goes, but which I do sense will provide spaces for Overmars in this pack. There's surely going to be spaces on paper here. Overmars goes through for KASSELS. This guy is an absolute monster. KASSELS in the sky. Take a bow, my friend. It's Manchester City 0. It's Sassuolo 1, and it's Steph KASSELS, or KASSELS, with the goal. I mean, I said there was going to be spaces. Milivojevic does brilliantly to find Overmars here, but that is a really nice little layoff. And the composure to have 4 City players around you and just slot that one home for his 9th goal of the season, and we lead at the Etihad. Wow. I've just made a couple of switches to just try to control Pietrizza a bit more. Just get people tight marking him and try to press him a bit more intently. Because I think he's their biggest danger man. Great save from Speecher as well. Go on, get on him. Oh my lord. What an off! Okay, that was brave. Hopefully this doesn't cost us. Fischer into the box. Ball back across, and it's a very good equaliser from Sekirci. I've never seen a player do that animation before. The one that Pietrizza does with that crossfield pass there, which we're not going to see on the replay, that was bizarre. Very, very impressive with like a half-volleyed crossfield ball there. But we had so much more work to do after that. Nobody tracks him at all. Honestly, I think that should have been on probably Dinko Pavlich, really. That's a good ball. Barthez might well be onside here. In fact, he is, and he's in a space of 2 minutes. City have just turned it around. Samir Barthez makes it 2-1 to Manchester City. And ever since we've scored, they have really woken up in this game, and we've just not quite been able to get close enough to them. He times this run to perfection here. We step up. I guess the fullback must have been playing him on. I can only assume that our right back, which we couldn't see, was too deep. Still, we go again. We've got... What the fuck? Did he just... It looked to me like he just zoomed across the pitch at a rate that was physically impossible to man. Okay, different. They're pulling out all the stops now. They've got superhumans on their team. Nice. Some good touches with this. Oh, it's through for Lancer. Blocked. Oh, chance. Right, come on. Get all over him. Someone. Track him. Good block. Right, keep going after him. Do not let him have more space. Or do. And it's now 3-1 Manchester City. It just feels like, unfortunately, City are just in a completely different class today, which is what I suspected might have happened. we've tried to go after Petrovica, but the guy just seems unstoppable. Honestly, I've already seen this man do sprints that shouldn't be possible to humankind, and he's kept the ball in there. They've tracked him. He's just put a brilliant ball in. They failed to block it, and I just don't think we can stop him today. Well, it started well, and then it kind of went downhill from there. I'm taking a step I don't normally do. I'm literally telling Pierangelo Lanza to man mark that man for the entire second half. I do not want him touching the football. I don't think it's going to make much difference, but it does seem that anything good Manchester City do is coming through Petrovica, and I cannot have that. Security. And the reason I set Lanza to mark him and not our fullback is because our fullback kind of does that anyway, and I almost want to double up on him if I can. Postorino. Garcia. As Benfica would now go above us in the group as beating Red Star. Red Star have equalised against Benfica. It's 1-1 there in Belgrade. This is brilliant news for us. Security's ball in again, and it's in. It's just in. Okay, 4-1 Manchester City. Wow, okay, this is really, really bad. And still, we would have a better head-to-head than them, incredibly, thanks to the 5-2 we already had. Wait, no, we wouldn't have a better head-to-head. What am I talking about? The away goals. Now, crap. Not that it matters at this point, but Jesus. Pretty crap, really. I think the changes we made at half-time with the man marking stuff definitely stopped them from being anywhere near as creative in open play. They just found it from a set piece instead. 4-1 maybe a bit harsh on us, but then it is what it is. It's kind of what I expected, really. We just didn't really turn up. Now we have a lot of stuff on the line in the next game against Benfica now because of this. But really, I would have expected to probably lose against Manchester City in this game anyway. This is not my surprise. The bad results are away at Benfica, where I think we should have probably, well, not should have won. We were bad on the night, but not taking the 3 points against Red Star was the big one. Okay then, we're back. We had Lazio at home. A decent side, obviously, are Lazio. Lanza getting to the sidelines here, dinking it to the back post. Troy Gregory's header gave us the lead after 6 minutes. We bloody love early goals. That's one of our key things, and I find that we sometimes struggle when we don't get them a little bit. But then, after 10 minutes, some nice work here, Komi Eklu puts a delicious ball through, and Gregory's on the end of it again for 2-0. 2 in the first 10 minutes for him, which was very, very nice indeed. And then after just 25 minutes, it just kept on coming. We were just brilliant here. Eklu once again with a lovely little ball across the box. Overmars on the end of it, 3-0 to us, and Overmars, of course, continuing his scoring streak, which is what you love to see. But then in the 85th minute, we kind of got a bit complacent towards the end here. Some nice work out on the right-hand side from Lazio, and just a good header from Ricardo Martins, 3-1. All in all, I think we deserve to win the game. I think, it was a bit closer than perhaps the scoreline would suggest, but still good to see Troy Gregory scoring, Overmars getting himself a goal, and Komi Eklu was imperious in the midfield in this game. Really, really enjoyed him. Another stat I thought I'd have a little look at is the fact that Niewiadomski every game Niewiadomski had started, we'd won. I literally looked. Not even started. Every game he'd appeared in, we'd won, which is mad. He had a 3 points per game record. Or rather, that was until we played against Milan. A ball over the top here in the 30th minute. Pereira was able to get through here. Speecher had already saved one really good save, but it wasn't enough, and it was 1-0 to Milan after 31 minutes. And then in the second half, they did actually break through in a similar start. I don't think Milivojevic very good at the offside trap, and I played him back there today, and it didn't really work. Pereira was able to make it 2-0 to Milan. Take nothing away. That definitely cost us. But the hell didn't we win this match? Or at least draw? The issue is, we conceded a couple of goals in this game, and that does happen for us sometimes off of, not as many chances as it seems to take us. But at the end of the day, the reason we lost this game wasn't really to do with that. It was because we couldn't somehow manage to score a single goal out of all these chances that we had in this one. Overmars was terrible. KASSELS was terrible, and unfortunately that stuff really does cost you, sadly. And incredibly, despite our outrageous start to the season, we're literally level on points at the top of the league, with 3 teams tied on 37 points. It just seems that we're never able to escape, no matter how good we start the year. Juventus have been excellent as well. Napoli, of course, are only really in there because they played an extra game. But even so, it's just come on. And I think one of the mistakes I made against Man City was not dropping our defensive line back sooner. Or at all, for that matter. I think the reason for that was because I thought that we could kind of go toe-to-toe with them, because it looked like we were at one point, and then it just kind of got away from us at that point. I think had I done that game again, we'd have probably just dropped the defensive line back a little bit and tried to stop those balls in behind potentially, as well as going after Petrovica. But what I would say is that Petrovica guy, I don't know, it just seemed like there was nothing you could do to stop him. But now for some bad news. Di Giacomo is out for 4 weeks with a twisted ankle. Really, really not what you want to see from that. He got the injury during the Lazio game, which is far from ideal. Thankfully, he'll be back. But in even worse news, Siggy Jonsson, who came in for the injured Lanza, who I think is available for today, it wasn't a jet ski injury, but he was testing out some stuff with Steph KASSELS for his new company, and, well, needless to say, a paragliding accident has caused him to have a serious hip injury. So the hip injury has struck again, but at least it wasn't a jet ski, but it was still outdoor activities. So is that really any better? So Siggy's going to be out for 3 months, which is the worst possible thing. It was his first proper opportunity to start for us this season, and he was injured within half an hour. it's Benfica. Now, we know that a draw is all we need, and I think like we probably should be comfortably good enough to get that. But, please tell me Lancer's back. Oh, he is. Thank goodness for that. The question is whether I start Niewiadomski or Pavlich, honestly, at the moment. And I'd be tempted to once again go with Niewiadomski in there for now and put Milivojev alongside him for today's game. But when I moved him back, it does seem that he's a bit sus at times defensively, which is kind of weird. And I think I would like to look for another Metsala, or like a proper Metsala. Heck, bring Chris Hewitt back. See if United want to send him back to us for like nothing. That'd be great. Obviously, Bruno will have to come in on left back now, which is fine because he's great, and that's why we made the transfer. But I don't like being forced into it. I like to rotate myself, and because if we were to get an injury to Jan Bruno now, we'd have troubles, serious troubles. Although we do have Alabe, just. No, we don't have Alabe, not for the Champions League anyway. So I think that's going to have to do it for us. Rivas, Pavlich, KASSELS. Wait. No. KASSELS is starting. Good lord. And the rest of the team will look like that. All I ask is that we win. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. It is interesting that Benfica failed to beat Red Star in either match, which either means Red Star are better than we gave them credit for. And they did take a point against us, but let's face it, we were comfortably the better side against Red Star over both games. So it is weird that Benfica failed to beat them in either match. And yet we're so comfortably able to beat us. I guess it's just a question of getting the tactics right on the day. Hopefully we've done that. I think at home here, we've got a point to prove. I want to go out here and have one of those games where we create like 2.5 XG and win it like 3-0 or something like that to really just remind them who's the real green and black boss in this particular scenario. But maybe that's a stretch, and I'm sure Pav will come back in as a first choice soon. But, you know, it's nice to give Niewiadomski a little run in the team, to be honest. It's an interesting ball in, and I tell you what, Lancer could... Oh, my God. Oh, it's a strange... That's just not bad. Oh, it's into the channel. Lancer's flicked it through for Overmars. He's not going to get this blocked, is he? What a save! It's been a bit of a subdued start. Benfica get to net a shot on... Never mind, they've now scored one. Okay, cool. I was going to say they've yet to net a shot, or have a shot, but now they have had a shot, and it's in the back of the net. It's a Sassuolo 0, Benfica 1. What is it about the Champions League? Are we just like... Have we got an inferiority complex? In fairness, I don't know why Ivanovic is completely unmarked there, whereas we look like he had enough players to cover it, and it does seem like sometimes when you tell them to man-mark, they just don't sometimes, even when you put enough players back there. Okay, now we have a hole to dig ourselves out of. They better get their act together now. Niewiadomski. Because now we would actually be going out of the Champions League. Gregory. And it's not an own goal? Okay, it's 1-1 here. Time and Overmars has somehow got a goal there. It's 1-1. We've immediately equalised. I don't understand what even happened on that one. To me, that looked like it was going to be an own goal. Gregory wins the flick on. Niewiadomski just sort of lumped... Actually, it's a really nice pass from, I think, Milivojev. And then the defender sort of slides... Oh, Overmars is sliding in and the defender kicks it against him. That'll be the easiest goal he'll ever score. Overmars appears to have picked up a knock, which is just awful news. Particularly when we really need him in a game like this. Niewiadomski, he's probably going to have to come off soon, I think. Oh, we might get this, though. Overmars is still looking very sprightly, considering he's carrying that slight tight calf. Gregory into the box, maybe. Can he pull this back across for someone? That's the key here. Oh, Gregory! Oh, he's in again! Time and Overmars. It's Sassuolo 2, Benfica 1. This man is absolutely unstoppable. He could have a cast on both arms and both legs, and he'd still be firing goals into the back of the net. Really good from Troy Gregory, though. He's not going to get the assist, weirdly, even though it's just off the save. Goes past two defenders, gets a good shot in, and Overmars is just there to lash that one home for 2-1 Sassuolo on half-time. Come on. Well, I think we deserve the lead. They've scored, once again, of course, off of their only shot on target. We've been very, very good in this first half and actually still played quite well. Just a bit of a scare early days there, but Overmars scoring a brace. Let's see how he's doing. And it is an opportunity for Janison to show something. And, like, he very rarely gets opportunities because Overmars is so consistent. KASSELS? Oh, surely not Steph. Oh, here we go. A bit of space if Janison can make the run. Lancer's just taking his time over it at the moment. Having a little rest on the ball. We've only had 5 minutes of the second half, bud. That's not a yellow card, surely. Jesus Christ, do you want to run any faster? Yeah, for me, that looked like a perfectly good tackle, and I think Sivan is about to be red carded. I'm sorry, that's a joke. I realise it was for a second yellow, but come on. First, it was a perfectly good tackle. Secondly, even if that was a foul, it's no way that's a yellow card. I think Benfica can count themselves a bit unlucky there. Like, at the end of the day, if I'm going to call it out when it happens to us, I need to call it out when it happens to other teams there too, and for me, that was a classic case of it. Gregory, though, round the side, and it's... Oh, he should have passed that sooner. But you never know. Jan Bruno clips it in, and Lancer finishes it off at the back post. 11th goal of the season, Sassuolo 3, Benfica 1. Had an early scare with that early goal that they've scored, but they haven't really offered anything since then, and we have managed to just start to play a little bit more like the Sassuolo that we know and love. Bruno as well, just being able to come straight into the team and start banging assists very, very easy. It's a lovely ball. The goalkeeper's a little bit at fault for that, but Lancer, that's his bread and butter. KASSELS just slips past the player like he's not even there. Drops it to Troy Gregory. You might get it back in a minute. T-Gregs. He's got support on the overlap. You might go alone. Now he's got it. Jan Brunner finds the ball, and KASSELS is on the end of it, and it's in the back of the net, and it's offside. No, it's not offside. It's an own goal. Luca Giunchi. I just thought that was off of our own player. It's 4-1 to Sassuolo now on 66 minutes. I just don't know. I thought we were going to get an offside decision in there or something, but usually when it's offside or an own goal, there's a delay before it shows the scorer for whatever reason. Oh, yeah, he's kicked it against his own man. Oh, dearie me. Oh, God. I feel for them, I do. Well, it is going to be Sassuolo 4, Benfica 1. I think we've gone a little bit easy on them. Oh, God! A little bit easy on them at the very end here, just to sort of see this game out. Made a few subs to freshen players up. That's a very good result. It's the kind of result that I was kind of expecting from us. It's almost dead on what I said about 2 points. I'll take that. The own goal, for me, obviously we were already winning when they got the red card, but I just don't see it being a red. It looked like a perfectly sensible tackle. And that means we do go through. Yeah, I know it's only second in the group. It's just one of those things like, we win away at Benfica and get that drop. Those 2 points we dropped, then we win this group. No, we actually wouldn't win the group because they're head-to-head against City. Incredibly. But we'd still look a lot better. But nevertheless, we are through, and that's really the main factor right now. It may well be another second spot, but you just never know with these things. And let's face it, man still managed to score a brace in the first half before being substituted. He is still ridiculous. After 25 goals for the season I think he's on now, it's an absolutely absurd amount of goals that he's already netted for us, and we're not even at Christmas yet. Oh my goodness me. So yeah, there's the Super Cup and stuff. So next episode, I'm obviously going to focus more on the league stuff, because we've got, I do want to focus on league. It's just, it's very, very difficult to focus on league games when there's so many big Champions League games around. And I do want to show that sort of stuff, but it's one of these things where, had I chose to show you guys the Empoli game instead of the Benfica game, it's just, I don't know. For me, that isn't going to be as interesting. Although, watch us go to the... But that being said, we are going to see the Empoli game at the start of the next video, because next episode is going to be Empoli and another game which I haven't quite picked yet, because the Champions League draw is at the start, and instead of doing the 2 at the end of the video, I'm going to do start and end like we have done in the past. So, yeah, join me in the next episode for the Champions League draw. Nice home game against Empoli, and I'll pick another game in or around there somewhere. Maybe Napoli? Not entirely sure about that one yet. So, yeah. Or maybe we can do the Super Cup, I suppose. I'll see you guys very, very soon. If you have enjoyed it, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Stream on Twitch, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. So you can follow there too, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.